What's up, everybody? Another episode of the Rabbit Hole Series podcast is here. We're live, and today we'll be diving into the unknown and the dark parts of the web with my friend here, Greg. Thank you guys for joining us. Hope you guys enjoyed the ride as we surf the very mysterious and unknown parts of the web. What's going on, Greg? Where are we headed to, man?
How much? Starting off in Reddit because it's safe. It's a safe part of the dark web.
So before we get there, let's activate the incognito mode. Make sure that Daddy Zuck doesn't follow us back to our house. So
Hopefully you don't get zucked.
I know, man. What's going on?
This started because you were talking about some documentaries, and you mentioned one of them called Q Into the Storm.
Yeah.
And so I downloaded it like 30 minutes after you told me, or I did not download it 30 minutes after you told me. I watched it on HBO Max. And
allegedly.
And I watched it, and it was it seemed very, very boring. Like there was nothing special about it outside of one of the guys in that movie lived in Buena Park, which is not far from us.
Yeah.
And outside of that, it just kind of talked about who Q is and who the person is who's posting and who they think it is. And it's more than likely a guy named Ron or Ronald.
Can I give a little bit of the context just for the people that don't know?
Yeah.
Okay. So the HBO documentary series Q Into the Storm attempts to shed light on the origins of the QAnon conspiracy theory and who might be responsible for starting and spreading it. And the final, I don't want to. That's
There's not much to spoil.
Okay,
It's
well,
real
if
life.
you're not up to date, in the final scene of the final installment, filmmaker Colin Hoback interviews Ron Watkins, who served as the administrator of 8chan, where QAnon content found a home after other sites banned its message boards. Hoback catches Watkins in several contradictions that suggest Watkins is behind some of the cryptic messages written by Q. The anonymity of Q helped fuel the conspiracy movement in its infancy, but experts say the theory has largely taken on a life of its own. QAnon social media influencers have amassed huge audiences over the years and continually churn out fabricated stories and theories. So that's basically what this documentary is about. It's about shedding some light into the QAnon and QAnon conspiracy. Not conspiracies, but the conspiracy that there is one person, I guess that's one person who was responsible for all the information that was being let out through cryptic messages. Yeah. So anyway, what did you learn from the documentary, Greg? Nothing?
I mean, I really didn't learn too much outside of I didn't really know that it kind of started on 8chan. I've never used it, just like 4chan. I never used 4chan. Yeah. I always knew about it, and people always talked about it, but I never went on there. I don't know why. I don't really follow the memes and stuff like that. So the only main thing I kind of got out of it was in context that the people who were part of QAnon from the earlier stages of it seemed to be the people who you saw at the Capitol riot, really. The Q shaman. Yeah. You remember him? The guy who wore the bear skin with the Viking helmet.
Yeah.
He has a chest piece, it looks like, on his side. He was in the documentary from actually early early part because they do show some of the Capitol.
The
What?
Capitol footage.
Yeah, they show some of the
Capitol
Capitol
Hill?
footage, but they show him earlier on at like a. They had like a talk for the people
Wait,
who
hang on.
ran.
So that guy, the guy with the Viking outfit, he was part of the QAnon like tribe or what?
Community, yeah.
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 Oh, I don't
That's why
know.
they call him the Q shaman.
Oh, now it makes sense. I never looked into that.
Yeah. So it's actually kind of funny that they were trying to say like he's part of Antifa and stuff like that. But like something else I want to look up is Section 230. Have you heard of that?
No, what is that?
So Section 230, it's let me get the quick definition. Is a piece of internet legislation in the United States passed into law as part of the Communications Decency Act of 1996, common name for Title V of the Telecommunications Act of 1996.
Mhm.
So I think that there's been a lot of talk of it. I just never looked into it, and it's one of the things that provides immunity for websites and platforms from third-party content. So like YouTube can't get in trouble if I post something here that's illegal, as long as they put the effort in trying to remove it or do the right thing.
Right.
So if the intention of, let's just say YouTube, the intention of YouTube was to sell illegal goods or post illegal videos, then YouTube can be held responsible. But if their intention is just to have videos on their platform and someone else puts their step forward and does that, then it's not YouTube's. YouTube can't get in trouble for that user's posts.
Okay.
But there's been a lot of talk back and forth about how it should come to be and things that should be changed in it, and so it's probably something I should look into a whole lot more.
Yeah. So is it part of like shadow banning, or is it more of a like what would you consider that?
No, that's an actual law in the books. It is Section 230. It's that you can't go after a company for things that another user puts on the platform. It doesn't have to do with any website specifically. So shadow banning is the act of. So let's say we're shadow banned right now. We'll be on here. We'll still be able to put videos up, but we're no longer going to have notifications going, so no one would be notified that we went live. If we put a post up, people wouldn't receive the posts, but on our end, it looks like we're still posting things. That's a shadow ban.
So essentially, we have been shadow banned since two years ago because still nobody shows up. I'm just kidding.
But that has to do with certain platforms.
Yeah,
do it on their own. But outside of that, I got a few names of people who I want to research and check out and read more about and see what they've done. But there wasn't a lot of information directly in the movie to where I felt like I learned something that I didn't learn just reading a typical newspaper.
So they were just beating around the bush, basically?
That's how I kind of felt. They like pushed you into the conversation, but you missed all the details, essentially.
So
that's what it kind of felt like.
If you didn't already know this whole QAnon stuff, wait. So now I'm thinking, it says that it's the last. Was it a 4-part series, or was it like one that whole documentary was part of other documentaries that are out there.
See, that's what confused me. That it said it was episode 1, and I didn't see any other episodes. And when I finished it, it kind of wrapped it up and gave like a credit roll, which you don't usually get in like a.
Maybe you just saw the last one, because I'm looking here. It's supposed to have 4. It's a 4-part documentary.
I'll have to go back to HBO Max and see why I didn't see the other episodes.
Okay, so all right, so that's QAnon. I think that's a. I mean, I don't really know. I haven't been really involved in learning about that community at all. I don't think that I really cared for it.
Yeah.
I think that they were promoting a lot of we're a community who is opposed to child abuse, and that's basically how they branded themselves. And the government's trying to get us,
Yeah.
So outside of that, that's all I know. I don't know anybody who's in the community. I guess everything's supposed to be that way, and with anonymity. But it would definitely be something interesting to dive into. So we can actually go and check to see what we can find on this QAnon stuff. They have their own servers or their own.
So it was like a forum. It there was a thing called Q Research on the 8th. I think they had to change the name from 8chan to 8kun, KUN. And there was it's kind of like Reddit, where you can make your own post and people join the community. So it became Q Research, and they would post a bunch of different theories about anything.
So right here, Greg, I'm looking it up to see what it is, right?
Mm-hmm.
QAnon, or simply Q, is a disproven and discredited American far-right conspiracy theory alleging that a secret cabal of Satan-worshipping, cannibalistic pedophiles was running a global child sex trafficking ring and plotted against former U.S. President Donald Trump while he was in office. QAnon is commonly called a cult. Now, this is on Wikipedia, so anybody can edit this. I can go in there and say, whatever. So I to take all this by like a grain of salt. So for the people who don't already know, a little bit of the background of this, I guess, community. They became prominent after the whole thing of Pizzagate. Isn't that right, Greg?
You'd probably know from that, yeah.
So Pizzagate, this happened actually, I think in fall of 2016. It says here a Twitter account posting anti-Semitic and white supremacist material, which said it was run by a Jewish New York lawyer, falsely claimed that the New York City Police Department had discovered a pedophilia ring linked to members of the Democratic Party. While searching through Anthony Weiner's emails throughout October and November 2016, WikiLeaks had published John Podesta's emails. Proponents of the conspiracy theory read the emails and alleged they contained code words of pedophilia and human trafficking. Proponents also claimed that Comet Ping Pong, a pizzeria in Washington, D.C., was a meeting ground for satanic ritual abuse. And then so basically someone who was part of the QAnon community went out there to this pizza parlor and, shot up the place.
Did he actually shoot it up? I thought he just went, but he got arrested.
I thought he shot it up. Let me check here. So Comet Ping Pong. Let's see.
I remember seeing an interview. It may have been two different circumstances of a guy who went and he got arrested and he was yelling at the police like, "Why would you stop me? There's child trafficking in the basement of the pizza place. You need to get in there." One of the cops was like, "What is this guy talking about?" And the other one knew what he was talking about by Pizzagate and all of that.
Yeah. So
So maybe they were two different circumstances, because if one police officer knew about Pizzagate, that means that they had to have been two different circumstances.
So as Pizzagate spread, Comet Ping Pong received hundreds of threats from the theory's believers. The restaurant owner told the New York Times, "From this insane fabricated conspiracy theory, we've come under constant assault. I've done nothing for days but try to clean this up and protect my staff and friends of being terrorized." But so let's see. Yeah, so he did. So December 4th, 2016, a 20-year-old man arrived at Comet Ping Pong and fired 3 shots from an AR-15 style rifle that struck the restaurant walls, a desk, and door. Welch later told police that he had planned to self-investigate the conspiracy theory. Welch saw himself as the potential hero of the story, a rescuer of children. He surrendered after officers surrounded the restaurant and was arrested without incident. Nobody was injured. So that's what happened.
Okay.
But isn't that so crazy that this idea of, I mean, first of all, the idea of a satanic pedophile child trafficking ring is, it's probably the worst thing you can imagine. And this person said, well, I'm going to take it on to myself and go over there, investigate, and shut this shit down. Type Batman vigilante style, which I do not condone, because that's why the police is here, right? Now, but so a lot of people, I mean, how does this even? I don't know. What do you think it is, Greg? Why do you think that people get it in line with these ideas and beliefs, and they just go full on, like, I don't know.
I feel like you would want to at least scope the place out a little bit before just like rolling up in there,
lighting
like,
it up, huh?
Yeah, and I feel like you would want to. I don't know. I feel like once the information is on a public forum, in a sense, that has a lot of people on it, that the information is probably old. So even if that place,
it's also
even
like
if the place was that, it wouldn't have been for much longer. By the time you got there and did anything, nothing would be going on.
Yeah, it's also like playing telephone on the internet, right? Like one person will like take this comment and take it to another platform, and then that's how things go viral, basically.
Yeah, there's if you look on your phone and you go to like articles, majority of the time when you click on one now, it's like 5,000 advertisements, and the article's like in between each advertisement.
Yeah,
and then there's just a super catchy title. People don't want to look at all those advertisements just to try to go through the article. That we just read the titles, take all the information from that, and make the rest of the guess.
Let's see. So there's a few things where we can take this. We can take it into. Let's see. There's many things that we can go into from here.
I got something that doesn't have anything to do with Q.
With what?
I have a lot of things that have nothing to do with Q.
Well, let's save those for like down for later today, and like later down the show. Let's take this. Let's find this road, and let's commit to something. So I'm thinking, if this all started with a sex trafficking and child abuse pedophilia ring, why don't we go down and see what we can find on John Podesta's emails?
How do you spell the last name?
John Podesta, Podesta. Dude, for whatever reason, my Brave browser is not working today.
Let's see. Nope, nothing there.
So let's see here. Maybe they don't want us to find it, bro. I don't understand.
Yeah, the stuff that I keep finding is just people's rewrite of what they may have read on it.
Yeah. No, nothing.
Yeah, no. Oh, wait. Yeah, I got it right here.
You found something?
Or this doesn't show the whole thing. Oh, never mind. This is just showing that someone had taken his password and that he should change his password.
No. So
this is not
let me
the
see
email.
if I can find it. So John Podesta's emails.
So it was his emails to Hillary Clinton, right?
So for people who don't know, John Podesta was the campaign manager for the Democratic Party, particularly for Hillary Clinton. And in the emails that got deleted accidentally through a server, some people were actually able to recover some of these emails, and I think it was called WikiLeaks. I think that's the people who did it. WikiLeaks were the people who did it.
Yeah.
And basically, they found what it appeared to be cryptic messages of child abuse and like sex trafficking words, the cryptic messages of that. So let me see. I think I found it here.
Yeah, I just see a bunch of little like clippings, and then someone else types in the rest of the stuff. So a lot of it's probably been taken down. It's probably just harder to find.
Where was it that I found it? I remember finding it somewhere. Dude, I don't know. Sometimes this is
Obviously,
obviously
there was 20,000 pages.
Yeah, it was a lot.
So not sure what we get out of it.
I remember reading some. It was actually kind of creepy. I remember reading some that was kind of creepy.
Yeah.
Why can't I find this? Why can't I find?
I think there's just too much to it, and we wouldn't get enough out of it without sitting down and reading it.
I found a not so reliable source. I am not going to name the site, but let's see what happens here. But basically, anyway, so in the emails, you could see words being thrown out like, "Hey, yeah, we'll see you tonight at the party. There will be plenty of pizza." And then, according to, I don't know if it's the FBI words of that are tied to known sex trafficking. They found that some of the words were correlated with the definition of what the FBI has on the of what it means. Like pizza would mean like girls, right? And then hot dogs was boys, and there's like a bunch, bro. But and it was reoccurring. It was like in every few emails and every few meetings. Say, hey, don't worry, I'm gonna bring the hot dogs. And I don't know, these guys could. I mean, they're older. They could easily just be talking about you meeting up for a fundraiser, saying, "No, I got the food. don't worry about it. But it could also be that they're talking about some serious shit.
Yeah. I don't know. You always watch those movies where, like, what's that one big movie? It was I can't remember the name of it, but it was about human trafficking, and the one person who was like the face of the like anti-human trafficking movement was the leader of the biggest human trafficking movement there was. So everyone was working with the person who they were trying to catch.
Oh,
Just,
yeah. There was a show, Hannibal. Did you ever watch Hannibal? It
no,
was
I didn't watch
Hannibal Lecter in Silence of the Lambs.
I didn't watch it, no.
It was like the origin story. That shit's crazy. Like the whole time these guys are working with the psychopath serial killer who's eating all the people that they find.
Yeah, no.
So, okay. So there are some these are not it.
No, I feel like there's too much out there that we don't have and can't find, and there's too many papers anyways that it's just kind of should just move on.
Well, I mean, we have to find the rabbit hole series. I mean, we have to find the rabbit hole. You know, sometimes we get into this cave and we don't know where to go, but we need to shine a light here, Greg. I'm telling you, it's. I mean, I know that it's a little hard to find when we're live, but it's definitely something that is worth talking about, so that people can, decide for themselves.
Yeah, if we have it, we don't have it though.
You think that they really? Let me see. All right, here we go. I'm going to this side here. Okay. So there's okay. Wow. 4,000 emails. Or 4,000 pages. Oh my gosh.
Yeah. I told you it was a ton.
But you found the actual pages.
No. I keep finding different websites where people type their own information up about the emails, and they have little pictures of the emails alongside of it. But none of it is like a full thing. Like I'm looking at one right now. It says to from, and it's one sentence. So it's just like, it's not much there. So Secretary of the Demonic Underworld, Hillary Clinton, tries to help a 10-year-old Yemen girl. That's what the title is. And it says, in the email, it says, do you recall Noor Ali, the 10-year-old Yemen girl who got herself divorced? I met her at the Glamour Awards last year. There was a CNN story last few days about how unhappy she is. Still living at home, not attending school, and unique and quite angry that her life is not better. Is there any way we can help her? Could we get her to the U.S. for counseling and education? I don't. Like, that doesn't mean anything to me.
Dude, check this out, Greg. There's this in an email. It says, Hillary Clinton's smartest move, say no to TPP.
What?
Yeah, I swear. I'm going to share my screen. Dude, right here. Ready? Ready for this?
Hillary Clinton's smartest move, say no to TPP and join Warren/Krugman forces.
What? I'm
Hillary Clinton's against us.
The conspiracy's here, man. But anyway, so for the people who are interested, you guys can go do your own research on this. You can go to WikiLeaks .org. I mean, I don't condone Greg. I don't think Greg condones any of their unethical, uh, journalistic, practices.
Mhm.
But if you are inquiring about this type of what you would call conspiracy, definitely go check that out. There's a lot of different things on there. I mean, this
Here-
gets crazy, and this
Here's the other thing too,
forever. I don't know.
is that sometimes in like are people disputing that these emails are fake? Or are they just disputing what the emails mean? Is the question.
So the emails are not fake. People
Okay.
are wondering what they mean. And
So then here we go with that is the emails are sent. It's skeptical of what they mean. You can't prove it one way or the other. The people will more than likely say that it's not the bad side of the conspiracy. And you just have to choose if you believe it or not and not just take it up on what articles say. Go read the information, get all the information, and make a decision. And that's it. And sometimes I understand that it's hard to find information. Like I'm still trying to understand how to research things and really get the full amount of information because there's many times that I actually go out and I try to study some kind of subject, anything. And I swear I'll be sitting on it for a week. I'll look every different angle I possibly can. I'm like, okay, I think I have a good enough knowledge behind this to talk about it. Maybe someone will teach me some more information or I can see a different view on the subject, but I'll at least have all of the knowledge in my head. And then the first time I talk to someone, they say one thing and I'm like, I've never heard that. What are you talking about? And I'll look it up and there's a ton of information on it.
Yeah.
Like, what is going on? I just went through everything. So you can always find more information about a subject from talking to others after doing your own research. To even when you think you have your mind set on something, just keep talking to people about it. Because you can change your mind about different subjects with more information from different people.
Yeah, I mean,
that's my 2 cents.
Okay, so while I do a little bit of research on this, what else did you have?
Okay, so I went on to Reddit, and there's a subreddit called I guess it's called No Sleep, and I guess it's things that people have done like on the dark web.
It's things that people do on the dark web.
Some things that people have done on the dark web, yeah.
Like
so,
what?
so like one of these is kind of weird because it's illegal to do in California, but in other states it's not. This guy said that he was able to buy. He specified weed. He was able to buy weed on the dark web, and they would drive to his house and drop it off. We have apps for that here in California.
Yeah.
But then he also says, let me go here real quick. He said that at the same time, it wasn't only weed that he could get any type of porn that he wanted, even weird stuff. Like obviously the dark web is there for illegal substances and paraphernalia and so on and so forth.
Mm-hmm.
But then he even talked about he went on the dark web and purchased. He said he spent $10 for 3 women to go to a dark basement to do whatever he said for a half hour to each other, not to him.
What?
So the 3 women would do whatever he told them to do for 30 minutes. And he said he could never go back to porn again after that.
Wow.
That's crazy.
All right, dude. Effed. We're effed. Are you ready for this? I found it. All right. So All right, here we go. So this is broken up into three chunks. There's
Okay.
so Stratford, and I'm sorry to to kind of pull this back to where we were. The Stratford emails to show that the pizza related code words Podesta's pizza, hot dog service, and dealing with clients, and then some occult findings that somebody found on the internet. So pizza waitresses, 65,000 of pizza, $65,000 of pizza and dogs refers to people as hot dogs. And so on here, I don't know, should I share this? What do you think?
You mean like the text?
Yeah.
You can show it. Should be fine. It's just text.
Well, you never know. So, all right, here we go. Sharing the matrix window here. So on this email, it says, we'll go all the way down. To celebrate all you hot dogs out there, Eric, you can participate as well. And then Eric says, if we get the same waitresses, I'm all for it. Subject line, get ready for Chicago Hot Dog Friday. What the fuck does that mean? The fuck
I
does
don't
that
know.
mean? Never have I ever told you, Greg, hey, you ready for Hot Dog Friday?
Okay, so my point about how you sometimes you might not have the context behind it is sure if they're using Gmail's obviously not 100% secure. They'll know their emails will eventually get hacked in some sort of way. That they
Do they
would
know
talk.
that,
They
or
would talk in lingos.
well, hang
But
on.
no. Hold on. Let me finish this
Well,
point.
I know, but I want to touch up on that because you just mentioned that if these guys are supposed to know that the email that they're using is not safe. But the thing about powerful people and people in power, it often seems like they like to tiptoe the line and they just don't. They clearly don't care because they have all the power. Does that make
Okay.
sense?
Yeah. So I don't know where I was going with that now.
So you said about um where were you going?
I don't know. Oh, okay. So I'm trying to tie this back into a concept that people might remember is that they talk in these codes, or there's certain things that we don't correlate one and one with. So like Donald Trump, when he was president and he was talking about in one of his speeches, he said the word bleach. I think it was bleach or it was Clorox. It wasn't Clorox. It had to be bleach. He said the word bleach in a sentence that sounded like he was telling people about what we would think bleach that we put into clothes to make our clothes whiter.
Mm-hmm.
But he was actually talking about a program named Bleach. But the sentence didn't really make anyone second guess what we first thought of bleach by pouring bleach into something. And when you go back and you listen to it, knowing that it's a program, the sentence means something completely different. So that's why I'm saying maybe that doesn't make sense to the everyday person because maybe hot dog is something that
But that's what people are
isn't an
saying.
actual hot dog.
Yeah, but that's what people are saying. What's a hot dog Friday in Chicago? And we have Hillbilly just commented on YouTube, says web equals civilian control, dark web equals criminal control. Does that make any sense to you, Greg? Or is that also cryptic?
No, well, aren't criminals also civilians?
Sometimes.
Makes you think, huh?
Yeah, sometimes. So here I have another of those emails. It says from Robin Blackburn, says, does the pizza offer include those of us who can't make the meeting because we're out here editing? Because if so, Count me in. This email is color coded in black. Oh, what? Color white and will combust in 30 seconds.
What the
Oh,
hell?
hang on a second. It says Chris Douglas wrote, head count. Who all is in the Austin office today who is going to want pizza? We only have one slice and we need to know how thinly to slice it. Simply send a single response filed, color coded, double sided, and appropriately labeled, sign in triplicate and set on fire. What? Do you see this shit, Greg?
Yeah, but see,
Hang on, dude. Hang
that's
on,
the point. Is now you don't know what pizza means. You don't know anything. I understand that's
I
what
know
people are
they're
talking
playing
about,
that.
and they're trying to take lingo from somewhere else. But you could just as easily have come up with your own lingo. And pizza is a common thing that everyone knows, and it's easy enough to throw in there. And that's the problem.
I agree with you, Greg. I agree with you, but it's also if this is some nefarious shit, that's why it's smart because people like you would say, yeah, this is what they're maybe this is being taken out of context. The other side, I mean, these guys are running. They're in the government system. Okay, the fact that they have these types of conversations in emails. Like, what the fuck, dude? Like, are they teenagers or are they here to serve and protect the country? Like, I don't understand that. And so, I mean, you see that right here. You know, then there's another response. Are you sure this might not be a Jim Jones Kool-Aid event? TKL, please eat my slice. It's like, are they talking about one pizza from Costco that feeds only like one office and everybody has to share one slice or what?
Well, yes, sure.
Greg, check this out. So Hillbilly says,
maybe they're just memeing.
Maybe, but you'll see the rest of the emails right here.
Yeah.
As Hillbilly says, the web tracks everyone, all legal aspects of society, files all info into a file for every human on Earth. Yeah, well, those are cookies, and we understand it. That's why we have activated our incognito mode so that nobody can track us. And Greg, tell everybody about the Brave browser that you're using. I want to make sure people can protect themselves with the Brave browser. They're not paying us to they're not a sponsor of the podcast or any of the sorts, but we just like using the browser.
Well, Brave browser, and I use DuckDuckGo also to search because they don't collect your. I hate to say, like they don't collect your data, but I'm sure they still do.
Right? See, Hillbilly also says the dark web tracks criminal behaviors and deeds. I mean, it is smart, right? If it's gonna happen, either way, either through pigeon mail or whatever, might as well keep track on it.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, but back to the Brave browser, I like it because I mean you get paid to use it as well. So it's in a cryptocurrency, and you can turn on the advertisements or turn them off. So if you want an ad-free experience, you just turn off all the advertisements and you're good to go.
Yeah. Okay, so now we're getting into the Podesta emails, and let's see what we can find here. So let's see. Oh man, this is gonna get weird, bro. You sure you want to go through this rabbit hole? It's too late, huh, Greg?
Just read the email.
All right, here we go. So it says, thanks for all piling into the car. It definitely was more fun with everyone. And think of all the gossip you would have missed if we were in two cars. Let us know if you have any other questions about any of the houses. So
let me ask you a question real quick. Do you know why there's spaces in between and why they're not the same amount of spaces?
Nope.
This is not a messenger back and forth, right? And the spaces mean like a timeline. This is email, right?
Yeah, this is email.
I wonder why that is.
So it says here are the links to the houses we drove by today, located at the vineyard. Okay, so they're getting a place. It says, thanks, Kay. We all really enjoyed it and was very informative for us. And we're talking about how great we think you are. And then we have Susan and Herb says, or Susan and Herb, I just came from checking the field house and I have a square cloth handkerchief, white with black, that was left on the kitchen island. Happy to send it via the mail if you let me know where I should send it. I also meant to inquire yesterday about the pillows you purchased. I can send them as well if you let them know where they are in the house. And then the other person says, hi, John. The realtor found a handkerchief. I think it has a map that seems pizza related. Is it yours?
What?
Are you reading this?
The realtor found a handkerchief.
I think it has a map that seems pizza related. What the fuck does that mean? Is it yours? They can send it if you want. I know you're busy, so feel free not to respond if it's not yours or you don't want it. The guy says, this is John Podesta. He says, it's mine, but not worth worrying about. What does that mean, Greg? Tell me that this whole, like, what does that mean?
Maybe they're talking about like a file. And do you need this file or can I get rid of it?
But a handkerchief. She clearly says a handkerchief that seems pizza related. What does that mean?
If you know, you know.
Oh. All right. You're playing devil's advocate, so I don't know.
Well, sure, but I mean, I can't tell you what it means. I don't know what it means. It could easily mean it's a handkerchief that they got as a promotion from a pizza place, and there's a map of the location of where it is.
Okay, so okay. What about this one? What about this one, Greg? It says here. So that's our ice in case wiper and taste of the traffic we are in. Suffice to say, we will not make it tonight. I am sad to say. Have to settle for the pasta John gave us at Christmas. Really sorry to miss. The pasta he was given
on
Christmas. And this email is March 1st. That's 3 months later.
To tell you the truth, that's not. I've seen that before. People do that.
What? What do they do?
Eat frozen pasta that's like 2 months old.
Oh, you're telling me that you're part of it. Okay. All right. So what about this one here? This one says the next 3 months are going to be rougher internally than in Beijing between 7th and 1600. No fun. Hope you're doing okay. I'm dreaming about your hot dog stand in Hawaii.
Wait, who sent this to who?
John Podesta sent this, or Stern, whoever Stern is.
Okay.
Look at that. Look at the email. Okay. State.gov. Oh,
yeah.
Dude, that's crazy. He said the next 3 months are going to be rougher internally than in Beijing between 7th and 1600. No fun. Hope you're doing okay. I'm dreaming about your hot dog stand in Hawaii. Okay. What do you have to say about that one?
Maybe they had some good hot dogs. Here, I'm just gonna do a quick search. Hot dog stand in Hawaii. Because I mean, don't they eat a lot of spam in Hawaii?
The point is that they keep referring to food as hot dog and pizza. Or how fat are these people? Like, that's all they eat, pizza and hot dogs?
Maybe
doesn't seem to be that fat.
Yeah. Maybe he owns a hot dog stand in Hawaii.
Look, I mean, we can sit here and justify these messages and rationalize what they mean, but at the end of the day,
they're weird.
This is fucking weird, man. If you don't think this is weird, you're out of your fucking mind.
Yeah, it's definitely got weird aspects to it. And I see here that Hillbilly said that all conspiracies lead back to eugenics. And I'm just looking at a simple definition of eugenics. It says the practice or advocacy of controlled selective breeding of human populations to improve the population's genetic composition. So, I don't know. I guess that's what it means. You want to only have the best hot dog, you know? So it's hot dog and pizza, because pizzas are like
But that
girls and hot dogs are guys.
that's what I had read on one of the FBI known sex trafficking letters. Or
So
yeah.
we could look to see the guy who was talking about the hot dog stand, see if the guy is openly gay.
Well, let's take a look here. So, with the enormous gratitude to advanced man extraordinaire Haber, I am popping up again to share our excitement about the reprise of our gang's visit to the farm in, I'm not going to say the name, and I thought I'd share a couple more notes. We plan to heat the pool, so a swim is a possibility. Bonnie will be Uber service to transport Ruby. Emerson and Maeve, 11, 9, and almost 7, so you'll have some further entertainment. All right, okay. Maybe you read this one, Greg. This one's a little weird.
Yeah, I was reading it.
So with
gratitude, from where you left off?
Okay, so let's just go here. And I thought I'd share a couple more notes. We plan to heat the pool, so a swim is a possibility. Bonnie will be Uber service to transport Ruby, Emerson, and Maeve. 11, 9, and almost 7, so you'll have some further entertainment. And they will be in that pool for sure. And with the forecast showing prospects of some sun and a cooler temp of lower 60s, I suggest you bring sweaters of whatever attire will enable us to use our outdoor table with a pergola overhead, so we dine al fresco and ideally not al chilio. Wow, that was a pretty lame joke.
Wait, why are people going to be in a pool if they can't even sit outside of the pool without being cold?
That's why he said that it's going to be warmed up, so swimming is a possibility.
That's weird.
I am CCing Trudy to repeat the invite and sending pinning wishes you could come to Rima, John Podesta, and whoever those other people are. And then the person says, we're in. Thanks for the invite. And then you have hooray, forgot Drew the last time is as in also. So see y'all on Saturday at 1 or when you arrive. And then the next person says, thanks for remembering me, as I was planning to use the farm as a backdrop to announce my candidacy for Speaker of the House. And then we have, well, since Hillary stood with Moynihan at his farm with bales of hay to run for the Senate seat, hello, Speaker Littman.
Wait, why are you scrolling upwards? Is the email backwards?
Yeah, you've never read emails before, sir?
No, not really. I don't read emails.
So
I'm not a boomer, bro.
Yeah,
actually, emails are a big deal in business, huh?
Yeah, the newest email is always on top.
Okay.
So also, if terrorists are or unhappy former Clinton Kerry interns with some machine guns attack the farm during my remarks, we won't all die, because I'll make a split-second decision, lead us in a well-coordinated and ultimately totally successful charge against them. This is going to be a great day all around.
What?
I don't know. I guess that was
his way of saying like this party's gonna be lit or something.
Yeah, I guess. And then someone says Skyfall Sunday, Drew. So this is getting a little weird.
Dude.
I'm telling you, Craig. Gets a little freaking weird.
But now here's the question, based off of the ether we did yesterday too, is it as weird as we see it and it's normal to others? Because like we were going through the statistics of of like how many people in the United States were swingers or this and that. And to be a swinger, in my opinion, is kind of weird. But to other people, it's normal, and they wouldn't think of any other kind of life. So like,
I'm thinking that I don't think it's weird for us because we're average Joes who are addicted to the internet, and we have no escape from it. I guess these people, they don't think like that.
So they're talking in a different way, is what I mean.
Yeah.
Like they're not out here using the slang. Like I don't really use much slang at all anymore. I'll say what's up. I mean that's still technically slang. Like I don't say anything. Like I used to say like sup dog, or like I say dude. I don't think I say bro anymore. But like I don't know. Maybe this is like intense people slang.
I mean, I don't know.
But I guess other people would be able to read it if it was that way.
Yeah, like we would be able to make sense of it, but for whatever reason, I cannot. So we have one here. It says, "Dear Mary, hope you and the family are well. Since John is no longer with the email address I have for him, would you please forward this dilemma flavor to John?" Greg, what is dilemma? Can you look that up?
Yeah, I'll look it up.
Our internist of many years has a 95-year-old mother who is in love with President Barack Obama. In a recent visit, we got to talking politics, and she mentioned how her mother would want to meet the president. On hearing of our relationship with John, our internist mentioned that her 95-year-old mother would even make the extra effort to come to DC to meet with the president. John, our internist, went on to say she would even make a special trip with her mother to DC to accomplish this if she could not meet him somewhere in Chicago area. Eddie, the mother, was a social worker here in Chicago. She reared 6 children, 2 doctors, 2 lawyers, a nurse, and a successful businessman. Eddie donates to all requests from the Obamas. We know you are inundated with such requests, but I feel we had to give it a try. It's not something you can make happen, but can you suggest an approach the family can take to help their mom fulfill her bucket list? The attached picture is of Eddie. I don't understand this email.
Okay, so let me just make sure. Okay, so I'm not sure how to pronounce it correctly. The lemma is a esoteric and occult social or spiritual philosophy and new religious movement developed in the early 1900s by Aleister Crowley, an English writer, mystic, and ceremonial magician.
What the fuck? So like dark arts?
Yeah, sure.
Okay. Greg, maybe it's just out of context. Maybe we just don't understand their you know, their slang.
Maybe. Still saying maybe.
You think that she or that person went on there just to maybe put she might have wanted to put something else on there?
Yeah. Maybe she meant to put dilemma, but it autocorrected.
No, dilemma flavor, whatever the hell that means. All right, so moving on.
It could mean like magician.
Doubt it. I really doubt it. So current upcoming exhibitions and events. Blah, blah, blah. So exhibitions and events in New York. Dear Tony, I am so looking forward to the spirit cooking dinner at my place. Do you think you will be able to let me know if your brother is joining? All my love. I don't want to. Will we get in trouble for all these names being out here? Well, this is public information, right?
Yeah.
Blah, blah, blah. They respond, are you in NYC Thursday, July 9th? Marina wants you to come to dinner, Mary. Whoever Mary is. And that's John Podesta is talking about the spirit cooking with this lady.
Spirit cooking.
So search that up. What is a spirit cooking? Make sure you hit that incognito mode. You don't want Poppy Zuckerberg to come back and haunt you.
Nah, bro. I'm using Brave and DuckDuckGo. I'm good. Spirit cooking explained. Satanic or fun dinner?
Okay. I think that we'll take the former definition of that. By the way, guys, if you guys are just tuning in, cheers. This is the Rabbit Hole Series podcast of Top Process Podcast family. Welcome to the community if you're new. Thank you guys for commenting, subscribing, liking the video. It helps us with the YouTube algorithm so that we can reach more people. We do 3 different types of podcasts. We do the regular Thought Process podcast where we just interview guests and get to know people, where we help people understand people. We have this one, the Rabbit Hole Series podcast, where we pick a topic, just dive deep into the rabbit hole and see where it takes us. And then we have the Ether on Wednesdays. You can call after 9 p.m. Eastern time to 657 223 5323. The number is 657 223 5323. And you guys can join us live on the air where we take calls based around a topic and we discuss with you guys and how people are and just help people understand people. So, Greg, you were searching up what is this whole what is it called? Spirit cooking?
Yeah. Okay. Spirit cooking refers to a sacrament in the religion of the Lemma, which was founded by Aleister Crowley and involves an occult performance during which menstrual blood, breast milk, urine, and sperm are used to create a painting. Dude, that
What?
one girl from the the documentary on Netflix about Jeffrey Epstein.
Yeah.
Remember the one that made that super weird painting?
Yeah.
Didn't she say she used those ingredients in that painting?
Maybe it's the same person.
I swear to God.
Maybe it's the same
I'll have to
person.
go back and look that up.
Maybe it's the same person, dude. I'm telling you. They're all connected.
There's still some more here. But then it says, according to Marina I'm not going to say the last name. If the ritual is performed in an art gallery, it is merely art. But if the ritual is performed privately, then it represents an intimate spiritual ceremony.
You know, Greg.
Hail to the no.
You just said Marina is the person's name?
Yeah.
That's who they're talking to.
Oh, is it?
It says, we killed and okay. Let me share this, okay? Whoa.
Whoa. What's going on?
Is that YouTube or what's going on, dude? Are we being hacked right now? Are we being hacked?
Down the rabbit hole.
Greg, do you see this? Anyway, read it really quick before it disappears.
I can't see it.
You can't see
it? What part?
Oh, okay.
It's
good.
Big invite list. More names were added today. Haven't seen that we have a large number of RSVPs yet. We killed entertainment since there is not time. I'm sure you saw on your line block our time has shrunk. Can we include Marina?
Marina. You just said Marina.
I did.
And it says subject, how's the Filipino lunch going?
Oh, okay, yeah, because this is talking. So the first part explained what the spirit cooking was. The second part says, according to Marina. There's probably something else in the email that says something about the ritual.
So can you Google what is Filipino lunch? Like, what is a Filipino lunch?
I mean, it's probably just gonna it came up as Filipino dishes. Filipino lunch often treat lunch like a feast, offering more food on the table than the previous meal. So I'm assuming. So take this into a different context. Filipinos often treat lunch like a feast, offering more food on the table than the previous meal. So essentially, that whatever is happening is going to be a feast. So there's going to be plenty.
Right.
For people. A lot of people are going to partake, and they're offering more of whatever it is than what they have previously had.
Oh man, dude, there's a freaking picture here. Obviously, there's no attachment. Oh shit, there's attachments. Oh shit. No, I can't open this. I haven't been able. I'm gonna send this to you on the private chat.
Okay.
Can you open this and tell me what it is? Oh shit! When you go there, go to attachments. But so people can, for the people listening in, there's an email here from Doug to John Podesta, or to many different people. It says, as John said, it doesn't get any better than this. And he sent the picture, and I'm not going to open it because I'm too scared to open.
Okay, so what's the context of the attachment? Like, what is the text?
As John said, it doesn't get any better than this.
Okay, so I could describe the picture. It's not dirty in any sense, but if it means something else that's inappropriate, then it could. I wouldn't show it. So I'll just describe it. It's not disgusting in any manner.
That means that there's some shit going on here.
No, there's nothing going on. You'll understand when I explain it. So there's two Asian ladies, probably over the age of 25, but probably under the age of 45. And they're eating pizza, and it's a wooden table. It looks like they're on a bench. So there's two Asian ladies, and there's a little girl. Could it be older than 6? And one of the Asian ladies and the little girl are taking a bite of the same pizza.
Fuck no.
And there's plates, and one of the plates has like a salad on it. One girl has a glass of water. The other one's drinking a diet Dasani. Or no, what is that? A diet water? It's some kind of soda. I don't know what it is. But it's not inappropriate looking, but based off of what is said, may mean something else. It's definitely something you could show. I just wouldn't show it because of context.
So what, Greg? Save that picture. I want to see it later.
Yeah, it's nothing that you wouldn't think anything bad about it.
Okay. I mean, this is getting weirder the further we go into this rabbit hole. Okay, so we have another email here. It says, please consider taking this 10-minute survey about frozen desserts created by Georgia. So please, we have a quick turnaround to analyze the data. So we're trying to get as many people. Sorry about the misleading subject line. Ice cream for free.
Don't mumble. Just read it.
I consider there's just a bunch of mumbo jumbo.
That's fine. Then skip it.
I consider ice cream, its purchase, and its consumption a rather serious business. We can just willy-nilly toss it out about in casual references, especially linked with the word free. Huh. What is this supposed to say? I don't understand it.
I don't know. I was talking about serious ice cream.
I guess ice cream is very serious, and you shouldn't just be saying it in these types of emails.
All I gotta say is Michelle Obama would not be very happy about all the unhealthy eating. Hot dogs, pizza, ice cream. I hope she's not involved in it. Because I saw Obama's name a few times.
Yeah.
So all this unhealthy eating and talking while they're trying to tell us that we need to be healthy and getting rid of Cookie Monster for Vegetable Monster, get out of here.
Yeah. So last night was fun. Subject line. Oh, that was the subject line. Last night was fun. Still in torture chamber. Another question. Do you two want to have February 14th Valentine's Day dinner? What could that possibly mean? See
Wait,
that?
and that's a .gov email, right?
Yes, sir.
So like
No,
that
no, no,
that
no, no.
is a little bit weird though,
No,
like
no, no.
on
This is
both aspects of why would you send an email about going out for Valentine's Day to a .gov email?
no, that
Where you
wasn't a
could just,
.gov email. That
yeah, one of them was the person they were sending it to, right?
no, it says from Podesta to John Podesta.
So he sent it to himself.
Yeah, it doesn't make any sense.
I mean, granted,
See
I
it?
send text messages to myself all the time.
Yeah, but this doesn't make any sense. Last night was fun. Still in torture chamber. Do you want to have? Oh, I think he was talking to his wife.
No, there's two people on there. So
I think he was talking to his wife.
Okay, so no, look at that. It's two different emails. So he's sending it from Podesta.com. So his like personal brand kind of email, and then John Podesta at Gmail, which would probably be his personal email, and Podesta at Gmail, the Mary one, is probably his wife or something like that. But do you two? Maybe there's two different Podestas in this situation. Because do you two, and he's talking to only one other person? It's kind of weird.
Doesn't make.
Or is it a forward?
Yeah.
If it's a forward.
Last email on this thread. Been meaning to thank you for being with me during my first lollipop experience. Appreciated your support and your steady presence. My only regret is that I didn't take my lollipop with me. And then, oh shit, hang on. I misread this. So, Leia, has anyone notified you that you have a lollipop to be in the spin room at tonight's debate? Are you up for it? I'd be with you so can tackle things not specific to the convention with you. What? Has anyone notified you that you have a lollipop to be in the spin room at tonight's debate? Are you up for it? I'd be with you so can tackle things not specific to convention with you. Been meaning to thank you for being with me during my first lollipop experience. Appreciated your support and your steady presence. My only regret is that I didn't take my lollipop with me. Wow. What could that mean?
I think lollipop means like an older person dressing up as a younger person.
Well, I don't know.
Then I saw this other definition here that says lollipop is a term used to describe the signs on sticks that people were holding at the convention. The ones that said Hillary that people changed to say liar, for example.
Mm-hmm.
So.
Oh man, damn. I don't know what to say at this point. That was a little rough, dude. I gotta tell you, that was a little rough to read because it's just so weird.
Yeah, it's definitely got some funkiness to it.
Now, the other thing I wanted to bring up, remember that little it was like 2 weeks long. It was a trend of finding like really expensive furniture with the names of people who were missing.
Oh yeah, the Wayfair thing, yeah.
Do you remember that?
Yep.
Since we're on the sex trafficking rabbit hole here. So there's another one here. Oh. Let's see. First of all, Greg, who owns Wayfair? Let's start there.
think it isn't Wayfair publicly traded as well. Could be wrong.
So for the people who don't know what we're talking about, I'm going to show you a screenshot of an item on the Wayfair app. It's a storage cabinet. It's $13,000 to buy this cabinet. Doesn't seem like it's. It doesn't seem like this is I mean, I don't understand this. Why are these cabinets so goddamn expensive?
So there's there's the CEO. The CEO is someone we've never heard of. Niraj Shash.
Mm-hmm.
He doesn't even look familiar.
So
it's public trade.
Yeah, so for the people who don't know about the Wayfair, so Wayfair, it's this discounted app or platform, kind of like Amazon, where you find things for really cheap. For a while there, I think it was like a couple of maybe like last year, last year, there was a few furniture piece items that were named after people who went missing, and then they were being sold for like thousands of dollars, like $10,000, $20,000.
Yeah, they're saying that it was either names of people or even some of them were like measurements or like descriptions of the missing person, essentially. So like if you would describe a couch color, the cushions would be their hair color, the legs would be their eye color, so on and so forth.
Yeah. Let me see. Wayfair.
I just went on their website right now and they have a $16,000 couch. It's ugly. Paradise 93 wide rolled arm sofa by Mackenzie-Childs.
Shut up. Can you share that? Let me see.
Let's see here. Here's the share. It's this one here.
Click on it. Paradise 93 wide rolled arm sofa. I mean, it kind of looks antique. I don't know if that's necessarily.
I would never sit on that for comfort, so I would never spend $16,000 on it. No thanks. But I'm not saying that this is one of the things that people were talking about. Yeah, there's so much out there that it's crazy, because even during the election, I had seen that there was, I want to say it was Colorado. They had done I don't know the proper word for it, a sting on a house. And when they finally went inside, they had pulled out, I want to say it was between 30 and 50 abducted children.
How many?
30 to 50.
Oh my gosh. Oh my god, that's tough.
It may not have been abducted, sex trafficked, which I'm pretty sure is kind of the same thing.
Yeah, so really quick, there are some here are some examples for the people who are just listening. There's some examples of the cabinets that are just way overpriced. You can see them for 15,000, 13,000, 14,000. Yeah, just around that vicinity. And they each, even though they look alike, it's like they use the same fucking picture for the damn cabinet. They call it different thing. They called it Norea. Yeah, they call it by first names of people. Norea's storage cabinet, Yaritza storage cabinet, Samaya Olivia, what the fuck is going on here? Greg, can
Yeah.
you search up the WFX utility?
Yeah.
I want to know who the fuck is that.
WFX utility.
Dude. Oh
They're
my
in
god.
Walmart.
Huh?
They got stuff at Walmart.
Greg, check this out, dude. You're not even dude, this is a simulation.
I wonder if W stands for
Human
Walmart.
trafficking narcotics rings bust nets local man wearing Wayfair shirt. Oh shit.
Where do you even get a Wayfair shirt? I wouldn't even know where to get
For
that.
free, dude. For free. What do you mean? Where do you get that shit?
So I can't find WFX utility, like they have their own website kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
But every link that comes up, except for one, is either Wayfair or Walmart. Even the advertisement for it is Walmart.
So it's a Walmart brand or something?
Walmart
You know,
and
like
Wayfair.
Costco is like Kirkland. Maybe this is Wayfair is like.
That's what I'm thinking. Maybe the W
Oh, no,
stands
it's
for
not
Walmart.
Wayfair. It's WFX, right?
Yeah. They
Maybe
do shelves and
Walmart,
racks.
Walmart furnish. I don't know.
That's actually kind of weird because it's a lot of it says shelves and racks, and I don't see cabinets. It just says WFX utility. So it's like, yeah, I haven't seen a single cabinet.
Oh shit! All right, Greg, this is gonna get weird. You
Oh,
ready for this? Are you
Yeah.
ready for this? Okay. Media in tweet.
Don't click it unless you've already clicked them before.
I did.
Okay. So it's
So
gonna pop
yeah,
up.
I already checked it.
Okay.
Samaya 5 shelf storage cabinet. Samaya 5. Okay.
Okay.
Then you have this one. Missing from Columbus, Ohio. 17-year-old Samaya.
Okay.
Yeah, I didn't click the other two. Let me check. Okay,
So
yeah, it's safe.
let's see now. How are these people trying to connect the two? Like,
Okay, well, one, you
yeah.
have this storage cabinet called Yaritza
Okay.
put out there for $14,000 for a little storage cabinet, and then
Okay.
in the media you have this Yaritza missing.
Yeah.
How the fuck?
But I mean, that's the whole thing, though. Is like that could be coincidence just as much as it could be purposeful. Like that. Is that all that they're going off of? That are trying to
The
connect
names? Yeah, the names. When the storage cabinets have a specific name, they look missing, or the news media puts out a missing person's name out there with the same name as a storage cabinet.
Well, so it's just the first name. That's the only type of connection.
That's it.
See, that I don't know. It's kind of stretching, but I know the coincidence is very ridiculous.
And then there's a lot of posts. Oh, Wayfair responds to sex trafficking. It's like,
Because I mean, I'm sure I can go to any type of company that has put out anything with names that could be people's names, and I can guarantee you I can find connections between all of them.
but with the furnitures, cabinets, storage cabinets, what purpose do you have? Why do you call it a person's name? Why didn't you call it antique, white, black, blue, whatever? Why is
It's
it?
just like IKEA. IKEA names all of their products different names.
Yeah, but not from people. Not like people like Yaritza. That's a very
Well, I
specific
can't read
name.
IKEA's names because they're in Swedish, but
That's a very specific name.
I mean, I don't know.
So anyway,
like this one,
that's
Morris
just-
bracket. Morris is a first name, and I'm sure I can go online somewhere and find a Morris who's gone missing, and say, okay, this is the connection.
how much is how much is the bracket?
1427. Maybe he was abducted on the 14th, and he was
14,000
on 27th Street. I don't know.
14,000 $14.
No, $14.27.
Okay, so tell me why there's these storage cabinets at $15,000. It's a storage cabinet.
I don't know. Maybe it's bougie. Maybe someone owned it.
No, dude. And it's the same picture being uploaded every time.
Yeah.
I think that there's something more to this, man. To be honest.
Yeah, I mean, sure, there could be, but let's look here. So I'm on their website right now. It's just the one you're showing seems to be a simple cabinet that you could buy anywhere, like a double doored one. I see a few here are for like $5,000, so like a third the price. I don't see anything obnoxiously priced that high. So
I wonder who came up, like who was searching like Wayfair at 3 a.m. saying, "Oh, why is this storage cabinet so expensive?" And then they just, for whatever reason, they looked up missing people, and then there you go.
Yeah. So something that is similar to the ones you showed me. I found one, but it's close to $6,000. Some of these, they have the full garage sets that are like multiple cabinets. You put in tons of storage for anyone.
Mm-hmm.
It's a 6-piece garage cabinet. That's what it is. 16-piece, $10,000. So it's still cheaper
than one single piece.
But at the same time, who knows? Maybe someone just photoshopped all that stuff.
I don't know, dude. This one's got me all fucked up.
Well, no. Let's say it was real. That's definitely would be really ridiculous and make you think about it. But how do you know if it's been photoshopped or not been photoshopped?
I don't think that they've been photoshopped, dude. I'm not saying like, oh, I don't believe. I mean, they might be, right? But I don't think it would have been a big deal like this if it was. It would have already been disproven. Nowhere does it say on all the posts I read, oh, this was photoshopped. It only says Wayfair denies. It doesn't say Wayfair finds that the images here were untrue, they were photoshopped. All they say is denies. And the CEO at the time, last year, resigned. Weird. He just happened to resign after this came out.
I mean, it was a little weird. I think it was right before COVID. A lot of people were resigning. Like they knew, but that's one of the conspiracies people are saying that it seemed like a lot of people knew it was coming, so they kind of backed away from a lot of the problems that were coming and were like giving it to someone else.
Yeah.
They're like, I'm out. I don't want to deal with this. I made enough money. I'm going to go live in my bunker.
Ready or not.
What is that?
I don't know, dude. I was going through some of the like the posts, and then there's an advertisement, so I just clicked out of it. I don't know, dude. I think that this one can go into the deep end today. I don't know how much more of sex trafficking and blood and period bloods, breast milk, satanic rituals I can do today.
I'm not doing any of those today, tomorrow, or the next day.
Oh man. So I mean, yeah. Do you have any other topics you want to get into while we're still here?
Not for this one. I'll hold in some of the stuff for another day.
I think that definitely the moral of the story for today is, if you search long enough, you'll definitely find something. And if you're new to this podcast, welcome. My name is Marco, and this is Greg. We are doing 3 types of podcasts. Again, we're doing the Thought Process podcast, where you guys can come and listen to us interview certain guests. The second one, which today is the rabbit hole series, we typically dive deep into the rabbit hole. We pick a topic, and then hopefully in the future, we can put out, we can give you guys the magic wand so that you guys can suggest topics for us to dive into, and we would gladly go dive deep into those topics, search everything, bring back some feedback, and do it live. And yeah, we can continue this podcast maybe in that direction. The third one is the ether. It's where we get people to call in live. Um, the ether is the lowest and highest point of existence. It's where all ideas come from and go. And I think that everybody has a very uh, very everybody has a story, and everybody should be able to share that story. That's why we open up our lines so that you guys can call in at 657-223-5323. The number again is 657-223-5323. You can find us here Wednesday nights at 9 p.m. onward if you're interested for that podcast. And just remember, like and subscribe. Follow us on Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook at TPP is loading. Our at is TPP is loading. You can also find us. You can find all our content and everything that we've been up to in our website, linked in the description below. Don't forget to subscribe and hit that notification bell so that you guys are notified when we go live. I hope you guys enjoyed this podcast, and I think that we will see you guys next week.
We'll see you guys later.
Bye, everybody.